So the book was written in large part because both my co-author and I, President Gee and I, were both very concerned about the state of land-grant universities. Originally, the Morrill Act of 1862 indicated that America was going to build its first public universities. Up until this point in time, if you were going to college, it was largely because you were rich, you were white, and you lived in a city. What we were really recognizing was the fact that land-grant universities were the first opportunity for people who were coming from more modest backgrounds and from more rural backgrounds to have an equal opportunity at a higher education. The pressures that have been put on the modern land-grant university, we felt, were getting at some of the core identities of what the land-grant university was supposed to be all about. And so we wanted to check that out with other land-grant university presidents and chancellors, and so that was really why we decided to conduct the study. The first and most salient of all of the issues was, on the one hand, these presidents and chancellors being concerned about state funding declines. And yet, that was really balanced out by the recognition that these presidents and chancellors were in charge of large business operations that really needed to become more efficient in the way that they conducted their business. We also looked at the dynamic tension that existed between the historical focus on rural issues, again coming from our agricultural background, and the demand that land-grant universities take charge of the issues of the day in urban environments in which 80% of our country's population currently lives. We have 1.1 million students who graduate every year from a land-grant university, and the vast majority of them leave and do not understand what it meant to be a student at a land-grant university. So one of the things that I also really hope happens is that we open up the door for students to be able to gain more exposure to what it means to be at a land-grant university. Part of the book, by the way, includes a whole section on how to teach a course on land grants. And so we actually provide the syllabus for how you do that. I also think that the general public will get more savvy and perhaps more interested in demanding more out of their land-grant university. So that for instance, as we've already mentioned, if you're doing research, tell me how it applies to my life. Another pet peeve, if you will, of the general public is, why are you doing all of this work internationally if you can't tell me how this has something to do with making my own life better in my own state?